Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show where we take a whole stack of sources, articles, research our own notes, and pull out the really important stuff, the key insights, specifically for you.
Yeah, we try to give you that shortcut to being genuinely clued in.
Exactly. Plus those surprising facts and, just enough humor to keep things interesting.
Hopefully.
Today, we're jumping into a topic that really mixes that spirit of adventure with some down-to-earth practicality. Navigating safety in Vietnam, especially for expats and visitors.
It's a big one.
It really is. I mean, the appeal of living abroad, particularly somewhere as lively and, unique as Vietnam, it's huge. But balancing that adventure buzz with being kind of savvy and prepared, that's key.
Absolutely.
So we're going to cover the common street scams, the clever ones that can trip you up, then the infamous traffic, and also personal security tips. But before we get fully into it, just a quick note. This deep dive was brought to you by ProCare Hanoi. They're the phone and laptop repair shop that's really trusted by the expat community there.
They're great, actually.
Yeah, seriously, if your tech starts acting weird or, takes a dive in a sudden Hanoi rainstorm, ProCare Hanoi's got fast service, clear communication, and genuinely honest advice. Just what you need when you're far from home and your phone decides to quit.
Lifesavers sometimes.
Totally. And speaking of keeping things running, the deep dive itself is, it's a labor of love. If you found value in what we do here, I'd honestly love your support.
It makes a difference.
It really does. Buy me a coffee is the easiest way to chip in, and honestly, every single coffee keeps this whole thing fueled. You can just scan the QR code in the podcast cover art.
Easy peasy.
And for those who've already supported us, a massive heartfelt thank you. You are genuinely fueling this journey.
Yeah, big thanks from us both. So this topic today, safety in Vietnam, it's so important for anyone thinking about moving there, or maybe you've just arrived.
Right.
And it's not about trying to scare anyone. It's really about empowering you with knowledge. Because look, Vietnam is overwhelmingly a very safe and welcoming place.
It really is.
But like any popular spot anywhere in the world, it has its own little quirks. It's specific things you just need to be aware of. So our aim today is just to help you navigate daily life confidently, understand these common scenarios, so you can hopefully sidestep those, annoying or sometimes costly little traps.
Okay, let's unpack it then. Starting right on the streets. Street smarts.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's important to remember, most scams here are more about being clever, playing on unfamiliarity.
Exactly.
Rather than being actually dangerous. It's more about your wallet than your well-being, usually.
Precisely. And probably the most common one we hear about, especially from new arrivals, is the whole overpriced rides thing. Taxis, say so.
Yes, the dreaded fast meter.
Yeah, you might grab a random taxi off the street, maybe near a big tourist spot or a market at night, and some drivers unfortunately have meters that just, they seem to climb ridiculously fast.
Right. Like a trip that should be, 50,000 dong suddenly costs 3 times that.
Exactly. 150,000, 200,000. It happens.
So what's the best way around that?
Yeah.
Because taxis are convenient sometimes.
Okay. The solid advice is try to stick with the well-known, reputable taxi companies. Think Mei Lin or Vinison. They've got branded cars, licensed drivers, audited meters usually.
Right, the green ones and the white ones mostly.
Those are the main ones, yeah.
Right.
Their companies have a reputation to protect, so there's more accountability. But honestly, even better, just use ride-hailing apps like Grab or Gojek consistently.
Because you get the price up front.
Exactly. Total transparency. You know the cost before the wheels even turn. Plus, the app tracks your journey, which adds another little layer of security. Can't stress it enough. Check the price and destination on the app before you get in or on the bike.
That makes total sense. Okay, another one that's kind of sneaky, relies on speed, is the money switch trick.
Yeah, the classic note swap.
It sounds so subtle. How does that usually work?
Well, it often happens during a quick payment. You hand over, say, a 500,000 VND note, that's the big blue one, the largest bill.
Right.
And the vendor, maybe very quickly, with a bit of sleight of hand, swaps it for a 50,000 VND note, which is kind of greenish purple, but definitely different.
Oh, I see. Similar colors could cause confusion quickly.
Exactly. Then they'll claim you only gave them the smaller 50,000 note. It relies on you being rushed or not paying close attention.
Wow. Okay. Pro tip for avoiding that.
Simple but effective. As you hand over the large bill, say the amount out loud clearly, like, here's 500,000.
Gotcha. Announce it.
Yeah. And, just as important, take your time getting your change back. Count it. Don't let them rush you, even if people are waiting behind you. It's your money. Slowing things down just a little bit can often foil that kind of quick trick.
Good advice. Slow down the transaction. Okay, what about the super friendly types? The friendly stranger who suddenly wants to be your guide.
Oh, that's a classic one too. Happens a lot near tourist sites, temples, markets. Someone starts a really nice chat.
Seems genuine at first.
Totally genuine. They're charming. Ask where you're from, build that connection. Then, kind of smoothly, they start steering you towards a particular shop. Maybe a special cafe or a tailor they swear is the best and cheapest.
And once you're inside,
The pressure comes on. Maybe subtle, maybe not so subtle. Pressure to buy something, anything. I've seen people spend way more than they wanted just to kind of escape the awkwardness.
yeah, I can imagine that feeling. So how do you get out of that politely but firmly?
Usually a simple, clear, no thanks, I actually have other plans works fine. Be polite but firm. You don't need a complicated excuse.
Just a simple refusal.
Yeah. Appreciate the offer, but I'm just wandering, or I'm meeting someone. Keep eye contact, smile maybe, but keep walking. Show you're moving on. You don't owe them your time or money.
Okay, good. And sort of similar, sometimes you get approached by shoe shine guys or people pointing out a problem with your motorbike.
Yes. The unsolicited repair guys. You'll be walking. Someone points at your shoe. Sandal broken or gestures at your parked scooter. Problem.
Even if there's nothing wrong.
Often, yeah. Or it's something tiny. They'll offer to fix it right there on the spot. The fix is usually super quick, maybe unnecessary, sometimes even makes it worse.
Uh-oh.
And then they demand a crazy price, hundreds of thousands of dong for like a dab of glue or tightening a screw that didn't need it. It's basically a quick, aggressive shakedown.
And they can be pretty insistent, right? Makes it hard to just ignore them.
They can be persistent, yeah. Best tactic, firm, no thanks. Home, come on, and just keep walking. Don't stop, don't engage in arguing or negotiating.
Disengage.
If you genuinely do need a shoe fixed or your bike looked at, find a proper repair stall or a real garage, ask a local you trust or your hotel for a recommendation. Don't use the guys who approach you on the street.
It's fascinating, really, how many of these rely on politeness or just not knowing the local norms yet.
Exactly. They prey on that unfamiliarity and the fact that most tourists or new expats want to be polite. A little bit of firm boundary setting or even just confidently ignoring them works wonders.
Makes sense. Be aware, but not paranoid. Okay, now for the big one. The topic that gets everyone talking. Vietnamese traffic.
The ballet of bikes.
Seriously, if you spent like 5 minutes watching a street in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, you've probably thought, how does anyone cross this road? It looks like. Well, organized chaos is the classic term, isn't it?
It really is. My first time trying to cross a busy Hanoi street, I honestly felt like I was stepping into, a fast-flowing river of metal. It's intense at first.
So what's the secret? Is there a technique?
There is. And it becomes second nature pretty fast, actually. The key is walk slowly and predictably.
Slowly, not quickly.
Slowly and predictably. Don't suddenly speed up, don't stop halfway, don't dart back, and crucially, try to make eye contact with the oncoming riders.
Right.
They aren't usually going to stop for you like you might expect elsewhere, but they are incredibly skilled at weaving around you. Your steady, predictable pace allows them to anticipate where you'll be and adjust.
Do you sort of trust them to go around you?
You do. It's less about individual right-of-way and much more about this collective, flowing movement. It's like a dance, really. Once you get the rhythm, it feels surprisingly okay.
A trust exercise with hundreds of motorbikes. Got it.
Pretty much.
And that organized chaos definitely extends to riding a motorbike yourself, which, let's be honest, so many expats want to do. It looks fun, it's cheap.
It is fun. It offers amazing freedom. Getting around is super cheap on a bike. It's a huge part of the appeal for many.
But the risks, let's be real about those.
The risks are definitely significant. Accidents happen. They're quite common, especially if you're not used to the local driving style, which is very different.
And insurance is a big issue, right?
Huge. If you don't have a valid Vietnamese license or an international driving permit that's correctly recognized with your home country license, your travel insurance or expat health insurance likely won't cover you if you have a motorbike accident.
That's a massive financial risk, potentially life-changing.
Absolutely. And the police. They do set up random checkpoints. They check for licenses, registration, and helmets. Fines can be pretty hefty if you don't have the right paperwork or aren't wearing a proper helmet.
So, okay, beyond the legal stuff, what's your absolute must-do advice for someone who's still determined to ride?
Number 1, wear a good quality helmet. Properly fastened with a chin strap, not one of those flimsy plastic things that offer basically no protection.
Right, a real helmet.
Second, drive defensively. Assume nobody sees you. Assume someone might pull out unexpectedly. Always be aware. Third, if you're not an experienced rider, please take lessons first.
There are places that teach expats.
Yes, there are driving schools and private instructors who understand foreigners need to learn the local way. It's worth the investment. And finally, maybe most important, never, ever ride after drinking.
Zero tolerance on that one.
Is zero.
Yeah.
The consequences, legal, physical, financial, are just way too high. It's not worth it. Vietnam is not the place to be learning on the fly or testing your limits after a night out.
Strong advice. Okay, sticking with bikes for a sec, police stops. If you do get pulled over, what usually happens? Is it always a big deal?
Often for expats, it's for a routine check. License, registration, helmet. Sometimes a minor infraction like turning without signaling maybe. For these small things, fines can sometimes be, let's say, resolved informally on the spot.
You mean negotiable?
Unofficially, yes. It's less like a formal bribe and more like an understanding that paying a smaller amount directly avoids a lot of paperwork, maybe avoids having your bike impounded or license confiscated temporarily. It's a gray area for sure.
How do you handle that moment? It sounds potentially awkward.
Key is stay calm, be polite, respectful, don't argue or get angry. Speaking English is fine. They often have basic English for these situations.
Right.
Have copies of your documents ready, maybe scans on your phone, passport, visa, driving license, bike registration. Sometimes just showing you have the documents is enough. Remember, they're often standing in the heat, doing a tough job. A calm, polite approach goes a very long way.
Good tip. Stay calm. Be polite. Now, if someone hears all this and thinks, nope, motorbike's not for me, what are the good alternatives?
Oh, plenty. Grab bikes where you ride on the back are super cheap and easy. Grab cars too, obviously. Both give you that upfront price, which avoids the taxi meter issue we talked about.
Very convenient.
And public transport is getting better, especially in the big cities. Hanoi now has its first metro line operating, which is clean, safe, modern, a really good option for certain routes.
Heard good things about the metro.
Yeah. My only tip there, and for buses too, maybe avoid peak rush hour if you don't like crowds. They can get seriously packed.
Good heads up for the claustrophobic among us. So connecting this back, it feels like navigating traffic, whether crossing the street or choosing how to get around, is really about adapting your mindset.
All right.
Understanding the local flow instead of fighting it.
That's it, exactly. It's about observing, learning the rhythm, and fitting into it. Once you do, that chaos starts to feel a lot more well organized.
It's a great metaphor for adapting to a new culture generally, I think.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's shift slightly. What does all this mean for just general personal safety and keeping your stuff secure? We know violent crime is relatively low, which is reassuring.
Yes. Thankfully, violent crime against foreigners is rare. It feels very safe walking around most places, even at night. But petty theft, that does happen, especially in crowded places or tourist hotspots.
And a common method is bag snatching, right? Often from motorbikes.
Exactly. That's probably the most common and jarring type. Someone on a motorbike rides up quickly from behind, grabs your bag or your phone right out of your hand and zooms off.
Especially if you're near the curb.
Precisely. If you're walking along the edge of the pavement, maybe texting, looking at a map, taking a selfie, you're a bit distracted and your belongings are exposed to the road. They are incredibly fast. You often don't even register it until they're gone.
That sounds awful. So prevention tips, what's crucial?
Keep your bag worn crossbody with the bag itself in front of you, not dangling behind or just on one shoulder.
Okay, keep it in sight.
Yes. And just be conscious of not waving your phone around right next to the street. If you need to check something or take a picture, maybe step back from the curb a little or duck into a shop doorway for a second. Just make yourself less of an easy, obvious target.
Simple awareness, really.
Yep.
What about safety where you live? Apartment safety. Are expat places generally secure?
Generally, yes. Most buildings or compounds where expats tend to live have decent security, often guards at the entrance, maybe key card access. They feel quite safe.
Any specific vulnerabilities to think about?
Well, like anywhere in the world, ground floor apartments can sometimes be a bit more vulnerable just because they have easier access from the outside.
So common sense applies.
Absolutely. Basic stuff, but important. Lock your doors and windows when you go out, even for a short time. And don't leave expensive things like laptops or cameras sitting out right near an open window where they're easily visible. Just don't create an easy opportunity.
Makes sense. Now, Vietnam has a fantastic nightlife scene, lots of fun to be had. But any specific safety points for drinking and going out?
For sure. Enjoy the atmosphere. It's great. But you do need to be aware of drink spiking. It can happen especially in really packed bars or clubs, maybe sometimes in smaller, less established places too. It's not unique to Vietnam. Sadly, it's a global issue.
So the standard advice holds true.
Absolutely. Never leave your drink unattended, not even for a second to go to the bathroom or have a quick dance. Keep it with you or have a trusted friend watch it.
And getting home safe afterwards.
Plan it in advance. Use a trusted ride service like Grab, get a reputable taxi from a proper stand, or walk home with friends. Don't wander off alone late at night if you're unfamiliar with the area or have had a bit too much to drink. Look out for your mates and have them look out for you.
Standard smart practices anywhere. Okay, last big area, medical emergencies. This can cause real anxiety for newcomers, right?
Yeah,
Especially with language barriers.
it definitely can. Trying to figure out the local hospital system when you're sick or injured or maybe can't communicate easily is really stressful. And it kind of brings up that broader point, doesn't it? How much of staying safe anywhere just comes down to being aware and doing a bit of prep beforehand.
Totally. Proactive steps.
Exactly. So for medical stuff specifically, my top tip is know where your nearest international clinic or hospital is. Not just any local hospital. These places usually have English-speaking staff and doctors trained to international standards.
Good point. Find the international standard place before you need it.
Yes. Save their number in your phone. Know how to get there. And, really important, have your insurance details easily accessible.
Like a screenshot on your phone.
Perfect. A screenshot of your travel or expat health insurance card or policy document. Know your policy number, the emergency contact number for your provider, maybe have a rough idea of what it covers. Being able to pull that info up quickly in an emergency can save so much hassle and worry.
That's super practical advice. Even after talking through all these potential issues, the scams, the traffic, the safety bits, I still strongly feel that living in Vietnam can be just an incredible, rewarding experience.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's an amazing place.
The people are generally so kind, the food is out of this world, the energy. But being safe isn't about being fearful, is it? It's just about being smart, being grounded.
Exactly. It's about developing good habits.
Right. Stay alert, be polite, but know when to be firm. Blend in a bit where you can, and definitely tap into that expat network. People who've been there longer are usually gold mines of practical advice.
For sure. And, speaking of practical help, when that tech lifeline, your phone or laptop, inevitably has a moment, maybe it slips, screen cracks, gets soaked, ProCare Hanoi really is that go-to support for expats.
Yeah, back to our sponsor, but they really do fit here.
They do. They're not just fixing devices. They understand the context of being an expat. They offer honest advice, clear communication, reliable service. Definitely check them out on Facebook or visit them in Tejo if you need tech help. They're known for being foreigner-friendly.
Good recommendation. So as we wrap up, here's something to think about, a little provocative thought for you listening. How might understanding and adapting to these local safety nuances, the traffic flow, the common scams, how would that not just be about avoiding problems, but actually about unlocking a deeper, more authentic way of experiencing life in Vietnam?
Interesting point, like learning the unwritten rules.
Exactly. What other subtle cultural adaptations or unwritten rules could actually enhance your whole journey when you're living somewhere unfamiliar? Something to chew on.
Definitely food for thought.
Well, thank you so much for tuning into this deep dive. Please do follow us and share this with anyone you think might find it useful, maybe someone planning a trip or a move to Vietnam.
Yeah, spread the word.
And if you have questions or ideas for future topics you want us to dive into, please reach out to our show's channels. We love hearing from you.
We do.
Until next time, stay safe, stay smart, and keep exploring.